Okay, let's do now something a little different, and I will record my voice in addition to what we've done. And this is, I think, is also a great tool to have. I even some tracks I even recorded my voice with the laptop microphone, and it just, because you can sing the rhythm, you just, it gets you more, you have more feeling and more precision about what you want to express. And it's a great tool, even if the quality is not really good. You can really execute your idea the way you want it, then you process it in different ways that makes it that makes more sense in the track. So let's try and do recording and see how it goes with the track. All right. So I have some latency. Let's fix that. As you can hear, it doesn't sound. But let's try and make it maybe more acid-like. Like, for example, if we put a distortion on it. See if we take it down an octave. This now completely sound like a synth. But it just, I think what I'm trying to convey is the possibilities, and just trying to understand, like, sonically each sound, and what can you do, how can you process sounds differently to achieve different stuff, and just understanding that, just seeing like, okay, this is the frequency. By the way, if you look at the partials, that's because of the distortion. If you look at it, the partials of my own voice, that's interesting. It's really an instrument. So, just understanding that now we made it into a bass sound, pretty much. Let's consolidate this. And now that we have it in beats mode, let's also quantize it. Let's really robotize it. Now we have a kind of a stab thing going on. Just one frequency here, which is a bit annoying. It's not particularly amazing, but just think about how you can manipulate sounds and make them into something different completely, just because of the frequency content they had originally. Like, for example, you see this partial, you can make it into, you can pitch it up to here, and all these high frequencies from the original recording, you can, for example, take a phaser and play with those frequencies. Like put them here in the high frequencies. Now you can see there's movement in here. And now there's movement in the high frequencies. Let's try and tame it a little bit so it sounds somewhat more natural. Now we're back to the voice thing, but it's still interesting. Maybe I'll add some. Maybe because it lacks a little bit, because we pitched it down, it lacks some high frequencies. So there's a lot of ways you can change that. But for example, a way that you can, let's dive in. Let's take another sample. Let's take this shaker. And this has nice high frequencies. But it is quite spread out. So maybe let's take this, for example. And just loop it like that. And now what we can do is put a gate on it. And sidechain it to this voice we recorded. So whenever this voice speaks, it will trigger this toilet comb, which will add a layer of high frequencies to the sound. So recorded voice. There you have it. Maybe let's adjust it a little bit. Set another even lower. There's something missing in it, so we need to glue it a little more. Maybe we'll take all these high frequencies and I'll shift them a little lower. A higher pitch. All right. Now it sounds like one sound. Just gotta experiment and think about the basics, about the input, about the sound you're putting in, what is the frequency content of this sound, and just think about trying to layer it with other sounds and think about every sound as just sound with certain frequencies, and yeah, just think about it like that.